Number 1. aespa. Though it's true that each member still incorporates their own style into the group's dancing, and as Karina said in an interview with Artist on the Rise, while she always made big movements, Winter danced with her small moves highlighted by inner popping, Ning Ning tended to dance flexibly like a feather, and Giselle could change the mood of the dance in the blink of an eye, they still managed to dance in high synchronization. Because the concept of the group has a lot to do with the dreamlike vibe, besides the futuristic theme, they are also good at mutually expressing the fluidity and femininity in their dancing. Even with a hard choreography song like Next Level, which requires a certain understanding of tutting, aespa still ate all performances up like nothing. And thanks to their synchronization, strong execution for each move, but also knowing how to introduce fluidity when necessary, the group has bagged home the title Best Dance Performance Female Group at Mnet AAA 2021. On YouTube, there's even a whole video only compiling their footwork synchronization in Savage to prove how well the members danced as a group. Number 2. ITZY. Next up is ITZY, a group where all members are such a package that people often forget they're actually a dance-oriented group. Also, thanks to the concept in mind, the group has been working real hard to perfect every move when executing their choreography. And of course, that also makes them be among the group with the best dancing capabilities in K-pop. According to the analysis of a synchronized swimmer in 2020, ITZY is a group that is not only synced perfectly, but also performs both hard, sharp movements, as well as slower movements exactly on time with each other. On a list where Synchronized Swimmer ranked 12 groups based on their synchronization, ITZY was there in the 3rd position. Considering their age in the industry, it's even more shocking that they even managed to make it this far in such a short span of time. Even under the scientific perspective, where ITZY's synchronization was brought under the scrutiny of math and machine learning, they still stood out impressively with a score of 94.42%. Number 3. LOONA. Despite being a big group whose songs are always going hand in hand with the choreography packed with transitions, LOONA not only manages to be an almost perfect synchronization, but is also highly regarded by people for making all dance moves oddly satisfying to watch. According to the list I've mentioned earlier, the adept synchronization swimmer ranked LOONA 2nd out of 12 acts, and 1st out of all girl groups on the list. She even admitted to being super impressed with how good the dancing skills of the members were, because usually with big groups like LOONA, moves were messed up way more often than small groups because of the unsynchronization and various dancing styles of each member. However, LOONA still kills all performances like nothing. And as the synchronized swimmer pointed out, the group was even synced up well in the way they walk. This bare-eye observation also matched up with the result yielded by maths, because according to the computer analysis, LOONA's synchronization was also way above the par with a score of 94.72%. Number 4. TWICE. Another big group which still nails every stage and brings out the most eye-pleasing performances is TWICE. With the concept of cheerleaders embedded into the formation of the group and the strong tradition of JYP producing dance-oriented acts, TWICE is literally always there when it comes to the list of most synchronized girl groups. According to the Synchronized Swimmer, TWICE is a group that clearly works well together and is used to dancing together, which is shown especially in how well synced their formation changes are. Though some members can dance slightly differently from each other, overall, their syncing is impressive. The same result is also proven by maths, because according to the computer analysis, TWICE scores 92.77% in their overall dancing, but in certain eras like Ooh-Ah, Likey, What Is Love, and several B-side tracks, they could push the number way up to 93 and 94%, and peak at 95.7%. As complimented by the Synchronized Swimmer, TWICE really knows how to work as a group, and despite the difference in height and personal dancing styles, the group still figures out a way to create a harmonious vibe in performing, which is the swift, clean, clear-cut executions and the legs modifications to create a uniform image. For example, in 2019, a moment where Nayeon mimicked the way Chewie bent her legs to match the group's height went viral.
이렇게 하는 건데 이제 쯔위가 너무 크니까
And while it might seem hilarious at first, that actually proved how the members always tried their best to perfect all the details, and brought up only the best dance. Number 5. Stray Kids. While comparing the choreographies of Stray Kids to other groups like 17 and NCT 127, they are apparently simpler and packed with moves easily danced along by amateur dancers. But that by no means is equal to their dance performance being not good, because as a group, they perfectly kill every performance with an explosive dynamics, satisfying transition, swift clear-cut dance moves, and most importantly, never once fail to portray the high-energy image of Stray Kids. Another interesting thing is that, while some may think their choreography should be made more complicated to compete with other acts, Stray Kids proves not everything the majority does is the best, because thanks to the simple choreography, no members ever fall behind or drag the group down when performing, which explains why their stages are always entertaining to watch. The next reason securing them a place among the best dance groups of K-pop is that all members do extremely well in the group's formation. For example, during Felix's verse in Double Knot, Stray Kids left people in awe with their cool circle formation. Or during Side Effects, where they threw the members in the air and an awkward silence, where they did a little cute wave. Everything just looked oddly satisfying thanks to the synergy between members going beyond being merely in sync. Talking about being in sync, Stray Kids is assessed to score 92.71% by mathematical analysis. And overall, they stood out with a distinctive EDM/crump dancing style compared to other groups. Number 6. NCT 127. While dancing with sharpness is the must-do thing all boy groups are trained to do before their debut, NCT 127 is still among the few that manage to maintain their clear-cut moves like no others, and under literally all circumstances. Combining with this is the fact that NCT 127 is made out to have a dominant hip-hop vibe in their dance, which is quite unique for SM Entertainment since the company has always emphasized the fluidity in the dance of previous boy groups. The thing is, though, that the group carries a strong hip-hop spirit, which often includes free fave-style elements to hype up the stage, their choreography is among the most complicated and highly regarded in K-pop. Ironically, that also means their dance includes tons of awkward moves almost in every title song. But thanks to the dancing capabilities of the members and the group's synergy, NCT 127 still made everything look oddly pleasing to watch. About synchronization, NCT 127 is also ranked high in the industry, with a score of 91.98%, which is an extremely impressive number when you consider the fact that there are up to 9 members in the group. Number 7. BTS. While many of BTS's choreographies have various elements of contemporary dance, the overall vibe of the dancing styles falls into the hip-hop b-boy categories. Well, that seems a bit weird because the contemporary style requires lots of flexibility and fluidity, while the hip-hop kind favors powerful and big moves. All members of BTS actually incorporate both worlds super well to create a uniform group image for their dance. The impressive and probably most beautiful part of BTS's dance is that while they have different styles in the very detailed sense, they look cohesive as a whole thanks to the way they're blocked and move within formations. It allows for each of them to perform as they please without having to be 100% clean, yet still look solid and in sync. And talking about their synchronization, BTS is assessed to score 87.77% according to the computer analysis, an extremely good number for a group with various dance styles, in case you think that they're not good since many groups here are all above 90%. Number 8. 17. Being the group with the most members on the list, 17 proves the number of members has never been a disadvantage to a synchronized dance, and in K-pop, they are literally the kings of synchronization to this point. Even before the computer analysis joined the chat to recognize that 17 is the most synchronized group, at 95.77%, people had already granted them this title long ago. However, this isn't the reason 17 is among the best dance groups of K-pop, as the group is also known for their unique softness and roundness in all moves, which helps their emotional delivery hit home. Boy group choreography tends to place emphasis on sharp, angular choreography full of power, but 17 uses lots of curves, like when they draw circles with their arms in Don't Wanna Cry, or with their feet in Very Nice. And there are even elements of contemporary dance that make their choreographies beautifully poetic and lyrical. They also stand out with the techniques of using their full bodies to dance by shifting their weight quickly, and moving the viewer's focus to their hands, feet, chest, and head, all in the space of a few smoothly executed moves. So that's the end of the list. While some of you may wonder why Red Velvet and Blackpink, 2 extremely famous girl groups, are absent, then, well, it's because, according to many, while their dancing skills are all good and members like Seulgi and Lisa are even well-respected dance-wise, these groups aren't here because they just don't work well as a unit. Due to the overflowing personal style, some said their performances do not look that synchronized, which is apparently not a good thing when this video is talking about group dance. So, do you think there should be any other groups here? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting K-pop content. Thank you for watching.